you, Chairwoman. I want to thank Administrator Guzman for joining us virtually, though I must say that I share Chair and Ranking Member and my colleagues' frustration, and I'm also disappointed Secretary Yellen is not testifying today to discuss how Treasury is assessing the impact on a possible increase in taxes on small businesses. You know, as one of the members of Congress who helped craft the bipartisan PPP Extension Act, I wanted to follow up on some of the recent funding numbers that the SBA has been reporting and the decision to close the border. Let's acknowledge that the PPP application window will remain open for CFI lenders. So what specific steps did you take to alert all other lenders that the portal was going to close a few weeks back? And did you provide advance notice to the lenders? If so, how many days or weeks in advance did you provide?
We continue to communicate with the lenders through our portal. That's how we communicate with them regularly in terms of where we're at in the system. Obviously, all the lenders have been tracking closely the funding the remaining funds as we've been walking through this program and reaching the end. So I don't believe it should have come as a complete surprise to many, and we informed them in advance that we were.
Right. Let me reclaim my time. As a follow-up then, what should lenders do if they have an application with an unknown status?
If there are any lenders with hold codes in the system, we're working through those still. Those funds remain for those lending institutions, and their ability to process them remains open. And they have not been shut out from the system. If it's for new loans, obviously they can work through CFIs, whether it's MDIs or CDCs or CDFIs, to partner and make sure that those new applicants get through.
Thank you. The PPP Extension Act also extended application deadline to the end of this month, but it also gave SBA extra 30 days to work through all error code issues for loans currently in the pipeline. So can you please provide us with a detailed response on how you envision the SBA using this 30-day period after the application window closes? So will all eligible applications that clear their error codes be able to proceed?
Our goal is to work with all the lending institutions that still intend to move forward on any of their held applications to get them to completion. And so those extra 30 days will be helpful. There is a process in place for SBA to coordinate with the lenders to make sure that any information is cleared, and that the borrower is informed through the lender of any requests for further information to release any of these holds.
Okay, thank you. Well, next question. How are the SBA's entrepreneur development programs like SBDC, WBC, VBOC, SCORE administered to avoid duplication and prevent fraud?
Across all of our grant programs, obviously we take fraud seriously as well. Our SCORE partners, as well as our SBDCs, WBCs, have very strict, and DBOX have very strict reporting requirements to the agency, and we follow through with audits across the board as well.
Okay, well, let me ask one last question here. Are there any current efforts to consolidate programs and resources to make it easier for small businesses to access resources in a one-stop shop? Additionally, what efforts are you taking to combat fraud and protect taxpayer dollars?
Mm-hmm. Across our resource partners, obviously, they're all engaged in local ecosystem building to try to support, along with our field offices, small businesses and the support that they need. And so, we believe that the cooperative approach is most valuable to us. And so we make sure that all of our departments are collaborating with these resource partners and have open communication to make sure that they're positioned well to support small businesses. And our field offices are really critical in bringing them all together, and that will apply towards the Community Navigator pilot program as well. We see that all these resource partners have been inundated during COVID and have been contacted by many new businesses for support, and we hope that engagement will continue as we move forward. In terms of fraud controls, or prevention of any misuse of those programs. Again, our grants programs management is positioned with processes to make sure that funds are used and how we intended them to be used to support small businesses with technical assistance.
Oh, thank you. I see that my time's up. I'll yield back. Thank you.
Has expired, and now we recognize the